All right, now we're recording. So I just want to welcome everybody to our training session this morning. I know a lot of you are brand new, and some of you I just sent emails to literally yesterday to see if you could join us. So it's a pretty quick turnaround. I'm really glad you're able to come. Um, Basically, today's session, what we'll do, what my typical training session is, it's really an intro. But what I'm going to do is I'll take you through the first part. I will take you through what it looks like when an agent actually comes into their account on Realtour and orders a photo shoot, just so you can see what that looks like from the front end. And then what we'll do after that is I have a little demo account for myself. We'll go into that demo account and you can see the back end and you'll see how you set up your service areas and how you set up your pricing. So we'll go through all of that. And then just to kind of illustrate it even more, I'll log into one of our existing photographers' accounts and you'll get to see what a working photographer's account looks like with photo shoots already booked and prices already set up, just to illustrate it a little bit better for how it will look for you. Okay? At any time, just holler at me if you have a question. I can always stop and go over something. And then having said that, we will also, at the end of going through everything, we will stop at the end and it'll just be, the floor will be open for all kinds of questions. And in these sessions, we sometimes, get into questions about, technology and drones and pricing and just all kinds of stuff. So don't be afraid to ask any questions. Okay. So just to give you guys just a really quick intro, for those of you who aren't familiar with our company, I usually start off by just explaining to people that our most popular marketing products right here under the marketing product drop-down list are our photo shoots, our virtual tours, and our e-flyers. Now, we also offer print materials and newsletters and other things, but right now our most popular products are these three, and they all work together. I mean, we cannot communicate to our clients enough how important it is for them to order a professional photo shoot, because when you're online looking at a property, looking at a listing, the most important thing is the quality of those pictures. I mean, that's what's going to get someone interested in your listing. So more and more, I think our clients are really catching on that it's important to invest in a professional photo shoot. Okay, and then they use those beautiful pictures that you guys take and they use them in their virtual tours. Okay, so they get this amazing virtual tour. And then once they have their virtual tour, most of them will make an e-flyer, which also features your pictures, and it links to the virtual tour, and they blast that e-flyer out to all the other agents in whatever area they want to do that. So they all kind of link together. So other agents get an e-flyer, they click on it, they watch the virtual tour, which is full of your amazing pictures. So these are kind of our top three most popular products. Okay, so let's go
I'm
through.
going to just
Oh,
throw one more thing. Print materials is very widely used, Jan, as well.
mm-hmm, that's
And
true.
when people order a photo shoot and they pick the Platinum Virtual Tour, they get use of our print material application for that listing free of charge.
Okay, we will go into all that stuff later. Okay. So just as a little intro, I'm going to show you from the front end what it would look like if one of our agents, one of our clients, logged into their account and wanted to order a photo shoot. Okay, so let's say I'm an agent. I just got a brand new listing. Really excited about it. The first thing I want to do is get a photo shoot booked so I can get some pictures and then I can start making my marketing material. So I log into my Realtor account, and this is what the homepage looks like when you're logged in. I just go under marketing products and I click on photo shoots. Okay. The next page it takes me to has all of my previous listings and existing listings that I've already set up in the system. Now, these listings we're looking at right now, these are just fake demo listings that I use when I train people and stuff, but any listing you set up is going to show up in here. All of our products are divided by listings that already have the product. So in this column, this is a listing that already has a pro photo shoot. If I wanted to do another photo shoot for this same listing, I could just click select and away I go. The middle column, these have active listings that I have created, but they don't have photo shoots. Maybe I went in, took my own pictures, did a photo or did an e-flyer, and then a few months later, I'm like, oh, my property's not selling, my pictures look crappy, I'm gonna go in and order a photo shoot. My listing is already set up because I already did it a while ago when I made the e-flyer. I can click select and order a photo shoot, okay? Most of our agents are coming in for the first time. They've done nothing. They just got the brand new listing. So they're going to come over here and hit create listing. To do anything in our site, our clients have to first create a listing. Whether they're making a tour or e-flyers, print materials, photo shoots, they have to create that listing first of all. But we make it easy for them. So here we are on the property details page where they're going to set up their property details. If they're in a rush, and a lot of agents are in a rush, they're in and out of meetings and stuff, they just want to get this photo shoot booked. All they have to fill in are these 4 required fields that are outlined in green. That's all they have to do. They can leave everything else blank for now. They'll be able to come back and access this page later and fill in everything else. So for today, let's just go ahead and let's just call this 555 Thursday Street. Okay, now let's just say we're in Austin, Texas. And this is the one zip code I know off by heart that is for Texas. Okay, so there we go. I've just filled in those 4 required fields. A continue button has now appeared and I can go on to the next step. So it's super quick. You have to bear with me. Things are always a little slower on webinar. Okay, here we go. So as you can see on the next page, I've got 4 photographers that service my listings zip code. Here's the zip code I typed in. Here's my listing. So these 4 photographers cover this zip code area. So I'm new. I can take a look at all of them. I can look at their portfolios. If I click on this, it'll pop up and show the portfolio. I can click on their pricing. If I click on this, a little pop-up comes up. These are the packages that he offers. These are the prices. Okay, very good. I can go through those. I can look at all the days that he's available. Okay, he's free on Thursday. He's free on Friday, so on and so forth. And you can do this for all of our photographers. Look at their portfolios, look at their pricing, check out what days they're available. Okay, so let's say I'm going to go with David Stewart. Okay, and I want to do my photo shoot next Friday. I can see that Friday is open. All I do to book Friday is just click on it. It turns green and it takes me to the next page. This is the same as all of, we looked at David's pricing on the previous page. This is them again, only in this case I can actually tick one. So let's say, okay, I'm going through all his packages. I want to do a professional package with panos. That's the one I want. I just tick beside it, scroll down to the bottom, hit continue. Takes me to the next page. On this page, I just give David some, instructions on how he's going to access the property. So maybe there's a lockbox with a code, or he's going to meet me at the property, and here's my phone number, or he's going to meet the owner, and there's the owner's name. I can type in their phone number. Whatever I'm going to do, I can type in any extra instructions, like maybe there's a dog in the yard, or maybe the owner wants you to phone before you get there, whatever. Any instructions, I'm going to type those in there. When I'm done, I hit add to shopping cart. It's going to create the order. Here it is in my shopping cart. I get a little summary. So it's photography by David. This is the package I ordered. This was the price. This is the date that I have booked the photo shoot for. And then you'll notice underneath, Platinum Virtual Tour for free. So this is something else that we throw in to, just to incentivize our agents. Is another good reason why they should order a professional photo shoot, is because we throw in a platinum virtual tour for free. And the platinum is valued at $29.99. So it's a $30 platinum tour. It's our best tour. And if they order a photo shoot from any of our professional photographers, they will get that tour for free. So it's just another good reason to get them to order a photo shoot.
Excuse me, Jana.
Yep.
Let me just throw in there, that's approximately $20 less than most of our competition.
There you go. Okay. And as we go through
And
the pro...
also, what does that platinum tool include? What
Yes,
does
who
it?
creates it?
Okay, well, I'm going to go through all of that as we go along.
Okay.
As we get a little bit further, I will show you how the Platinum Tour gets created and how it gets from your account to their account. Okay, so basically I just wanted to do a quick run through this part just to show you how easy it is for an agent to go into their account and order a photo shoot. And once they establish a relationship with a photographer, they typically order their shoots from the same photographer, and I think for the most part they probably order the same packages as well. So you can see that when they get a new listing, they can go in, type in those 4 required fields, click on the day they want from their usual photographer, pick the package, and check out. They could do this whole thing in about 5 minutes. Okay, so it's just really easy. Now I'm going to delete this out of my shopping cart so I don't accidentally book a photo shoot with David and confuse him. Okay, we don't want to do that. Okay, So that's how it looks from the front end. So what I'm going to do right now is give you guys a little view of what the back end looks like in my little demo Photog account. So I'm just going to pull up my Photog account, and it's completely empty so that it's easy for us to see what it will look like when you guys first start. Okay, so when you log into your accounts, your account is going to look the exact same. Your home page is going to look the exact same as if you were a real estate agent. The only difference is that at the bottom of the page, you're going to have some links. One will link to your clients, one is for your shoot manager, one is for your pricing manager. Now there are some extra links over here. These are just for me because I'm an admin person. You won't see these links. We just see them today because we're logged into my account. So just ignore those. You're going to have these three right here. Okay? Everything else, you're going to have the same marketing products drop down, just like the agents do. Under my account, you're going to have this, same as our agents, and you're going to go in and fill in your account info. You can put in your first name, last name, your office address or your home address, whatever you want to put in there, your phone numbers, that kind of stuff. Right here under my website, you noticed when I was the agent ordering a photo shoot, I could click on a button that said My Portfolio. This is where you guys are going to enter a link if you want to have a portfolio. So you can do this two different ways. Some of you might already have a website created. So if you want that My Portfolio button to link to your website, you would just copy and paste that URL in here. Okay, if you don't have a website, or if you want to do something different, some of our photographers will go in under marketing products and they'll create a virtual tour. Okay, and they'll just upload their best pictures that they want to showcase in that virtual tour, and they'll use that as their portfolio. And when the virtual tour is done, you can copy and paste the link for that tour in here. Now, I'm not going to go through that whole process on this session because it will take too long, but if that's what you want to do and you need some help with it, you can contact myself or John, and we'll help you, kind of walk you through setting up your own virtual tour to use as a portfolio. Okay, so
Jana,
this, yep.
Jana, how many virtual tours can they have on that link? Is there like a page that they can set up that has multiple virtual tours, or is it just one?
It's just one.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can set up a virtual tour and you can have different sections in it for like, interior daytime shots and twilight shots and HDR shots. You can set it up all that way.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
So
have
they
a lot
can.
in there.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Most of our photographers do it that way. They create a virtual tour, and we won't charge them for the virtual tour. We'll push it through for them for free,
Hmm.
and they create a little portfolio um, using the virtual tour. That way, it makes it really easy for their clients to view the photos that they can take for them.
Yeah,
Right. So they
yeah.
want to do all of the shots. Are you guys listening? You want to do all of the shots that you're going to offer. So that would include, your regular photographs, your HDR photographs, your aerial photographs, anything that you're going to offer. You want to create a virtual tour, starting at the bottom and working your way up,
Hmm. And in the
and then
virtual
you can
tour,
label them.
exactly. In the virtual tour, you can add little labels and you can add little captions, to each picture just to highlight, look at this amazing picture or whatever, something they might not have noticed. You can add music and stuff as well. So we can do another session where we actually just do virtual tours if anybody's interested, so you can see how. But otherwise, we'll be on here forever. So we can do a separate session later for those of you who want to do your own portfolio in a virtual tour. But you would put that link right there. Okay, you can also upload a headshot of yourself, and if you have a logo that you want to upload, you can upload that here. Remember when the agent went in and ordered the photo shoot, we saw a headshot of each photographer? So you would want to upload your headshot here. You just click on headshots, upload the image right here, and it'll show up a little thumbnail that'll show up in here. So you can do that as well if you want your headshot on your stuff. Okay?
Which is a good idea because the agent will know who's showing up to the property.
Yeah, it makes it more personal too. And then you have access to your shopping cart if you ever need to get in there. And then the pricing page, this just shows our prices for all of our stuff. And then contact, help, and support. We have a live chat line that our clients use a lot. You guys may never need it, but it's here if you ever have a question, something like that.
Jenna, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
What would you be shopping for?
Well, you guys wouldn't be shopping for anything as far as I know,
Well,
but
I just Okay.
Yeah. I'm just showing that you, like, your interface that you're looking at when you're in your account is basically the exact same interface as our agents. So they have access to the shopping cart, so you do too. And I'll show
Okay.
you also when you log, you might need to log into one of your clients' accounts for something, in which case you may need to check the shopping cart. You never know. Okay, so let's go back to our home page. Oh, I just logged out. Log back in here. Okay, so let's take a look at our three buttons down here at the bottom that we're going to use when we're setting ourselves up. The very first one is My Clients. So as I mentioned, my account right now is empty because it's just used for demo. So if I click on My Clients, we're not going to see any clients, but I'll click there anyway so you can see what it looks like. Once people start booking photo shoots from you guys, they're considered your clients. And when you click on the My Clients tab, there'll be a whole list of all their names and their contact information right here on this page. And when I go into a working photographer's account after this, you'll see that. Because for some reason, you may need to contact them, right? So you can do a search for them by email or by their name. You can search for them in the list. And a lot of our photographers, they establish pretty tight relationships with their clients. They might be doing photo shoots for the same clients for years. And some of our photographers, will go in and help the clients with some of their marketing material. They might phone you up and say, hi, Bob, can you help me fix this virtual tour? I really need to add an extra photo, or can you do this one thing? And depending on the relationship you have with your client, you might be willing to log into their account and do some extra tweaking on their marketing materials. And some of our photographers do that. It's not something you have to do. It just depends on what kind of relationship you have with some of your clients. So on the My Clients page, that's how you will access their account. And as I said, when we go into a working photographer's account after this, you will see what it looks like fully filled out. So it'll make more sense, okay?
I
Okay,
can attest. I can attest to that.
yeah,
After doing over 8,000 virtual tours and having 1,200 clients,
wow.
they do. They count on you,
Hmm.
and that's part of the relationship building. You want to do those extra things for them because that you know gets you repeat business, and
Exactly.
that's how I did it. Never
Yeah.
say no.
Exactly. And once you learn how to use the system and make a tour, make a flyer, it's so easy for you to log in and do whatever updates they need. And then they love you for it. And they're like, oh my God, thank God Mark was there to help me change the price on my e-flyer. And then Mark's a star. And then they're always going to order from Mark. So it's like Mark said, it's great to help out when you can. Okay, so moving on from My Clients, Shoot Manager. This is really important. I'm going to click on Shoot Manager. This is where you guys are going to get yourselves completely set up with all of the coverage areas and everything like that. So this is what the Shoot Manager looks like in the back end. Now mine is completely empty because I do not have any photo shoots booked. But when you do have shoots booked, they will show up in this little white area in a list. And we will go in when we're done this and look at what this will look like fully populated. Okay, so all of your shoots will be here in a list. You'll also see them, the different locations on the map. So you can change the order of them and set up your day based geographically if that works for you. You can do all of that in here. Okay, but to get started, before anybody can even order a photo shoot from you, we need to set up your core service areas. So these little links down here at the bottom, this is where you're going to set up all of your stuff. First things first, your core service areas. So I click on this link, I get a little pop-up. All I need to do in this little pop-up window is type in all of the zip codes that I'm going to service. So all the areas that I'm willing to cover the photography for, I type in the zip codes here. There's one. I'm just going to make these up because I don't know the zip codes off by heart, but you get the idea. You just come in here. Whoops, I probably just repeated that. You just type them in. I know John has a link to a site that will show zip codes for like whatever area you're in, and you can look at the map and go, oh yeah, I'll cover that zip code and then enter it. Okay, you can enter as many zip codes in here as you want. If you cover 100 zip codes, enter them all. It's entirely up to you which zip codes you're going to be covering. Okay, you can also come in here at any time and make edits. So I'm going to hit update core service areas. That's going to save all of my zip codes. And then I'm going to go and start doing my photo shoots. And maybe a month or 2 months later, I'm like, you know what? I could really add a few extra zip codes. I find that I can cover more area now that I've gotten used to things. I just click on core service areas and I add a few more. Okay, so you can always come in here and add extras. You can also delete them. You know what? This zip code is not worth my while. It takes too long to get there. I don't like it. I'm just going to delete it out of my list. As long as I hit update core service areas, it's going to update and save my core service areas. So that is how you set up the different geographical locations that you are willing to cover. And when an agent books a photo shoot and they enter in the address of the listing, there's a zip code. And the photographers that appear on the next page it's all based on that zip code. So if your zip code matches the zip code for their listing, you will appear on that next page as an option for the agent to order from, okay? So like I said, you can have as many zip codes in here. It just depends on where you are. Some places are really small and they might have hundreds of zip codes. Some places are bigger. It just depends geographically on where you are. So that's how you designate your core service areas by zip code. And you can come in here and edit this, fine tune it anytime you like. Just hit update when you're done so it saves it. Okay? Super
For
easy.
the Northern California people, there are literally hundreds of zip codes. So there's going to be some overlap. Just know that. One or more photographers may show up in the same areas. So don't be afraid of that. It's perfectly fine.
Okay.
So feel comfortable putting in whatever zip codes you want to cover. For Elijah, you may want to cover Morgan Hill and Gilroy areas since you're in Santa Cruz. It's not that far of a drive over the mountain to go in that area. And you could probably charge a little bit more for going over there.
There you go. And also, if you guys notice in your little GoToMeeting little sort of panel, there's a little chat window. There's a little symbol that looks like a little bubble, a conversation bubble. If you guys click on that, John has just put a link in there for zip codes, the one that he uses. So you can click on that. Oh yeah, Trevor's just remarked. Yeah. So you can click on that zip code website and it'll take you to where you can get all your zip codes and stuff. And if you need any help with that, just contact John and we'll help you guys get set up. But that's all you do for your core service areas. Enter all those zip codes. Okay, next up, the Shoot Area Day Planner. It's kind of a long name and it might be confusing. We could not think of what else to call this. So this was for people who want to designate
Wait, let me just
Oh,
excuse me 1 second.
yeah.
If you guys click on that link and bookmark it, then you'll always have it. You won't have to keep searching for it. Okay.
There you go. Okay, the Shoot Area Day Planner. This is an optional feature, and this was recommended to us. This is something I should mention to you guys. We are constantly evolving and improving our entire back-end system based on comments and requests from our photographers. So this is something that we built probably a couple of years ago because some of the photographers requested it. So as you go along, if you ever have suggestions or requests or anything that might improve what we're already doing, please let us know. We are happy to work with you guys and to make improvements. And that's how we build pretty much everything, We try to set it up the way we think will work best, and then based on feedback from you guys, we will make improvements and add products and stuff. So this is something that one of our photographers, or a number of our photographers, asked for. Basically, it's setting up your shoot area by specific days of the week. So this is for people who want to service certain zip codes on certain days of the week. So for example, you might be willing to cover a much larger geographical area if you can do it on certain days of the week. Like Monday, you might cover that zip code and this zip code and this one, so on and so forth. And you might cover those same zip codes also on Tuesday and also on Wednesday, okay? But then on Thursday, you want to cover the south part of where you are, and that is these zip codes, okay? And then Friday, you'll cover all zip codes, so you leave it blank. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you will cover all of your zip codes, so you're going to leave those empty. Okay, but this is just a way, if you want, it's totally optional, to designate specific zip codes for specific days of the week. I know that some of our photographers will spend their weekends in a totally different area. Like in Texas, you might spend your weekends, you might be from San Antonio, but you'll be willing to spend your weekends driving up to Houston or some other place, in which case you would enter all the Houston zip codes on these 3 days. And then agents can only book photo shoots from you for Houston on these 3 days because you've entered those specific zip codes, okay? So this is just for some people that might want to cover a much bigger, broader area, or they're just, like they travel. and they spend certain days in certain cities, and they want people to be able to order photo shoots on those specific days. If you are willing to cover all of your zip codes on any day of the week, then you just leave this empty, okay? It's totally optional. And it has an update button, just like the core service areas. You can always come in here and make updates or changes. Just click update when you're done, so it saves it, okay? So optional, you can edit it anytime you want. You don't even have to use it if it doesn't, suit your needs. There we
So
go.
for Michael
My
Roberts,
comment there, Jana, is
Mhm.
you can only put zip codes in either core service areas or shoot area day planner. So if you want to put a zip code in shoot area day planner, make sure you remove it from your core services area.
Okay.
Michael Roberts, you remember how I was saying if you wanted to go up to Tahoe on the weekends and take your mom up there, you can put in Tahoe zip codes, for Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, that
You know,
makes, I saw that. That's
yeah,
interesting. I
Yeah.
like
yeah,
that.
and
It's really
and
high.
that also includes like Donner Pass and um, it's not a far stretch from there to go into Reno and stuff like that. So I mean, that would be a great weekend trip. You can make money and have a little bit of fun and stuff like that. And your mom would really enjoy going up to Tahoe, I'm sure. I I always enjoyed it when I went up there. So
Sounds wonderful. Yeah,
yeah.
that's not,
Okay, there you go. Okay, next link, driving fees. Setting up driving fees. Okay, so this is something you guys can do if you want. If you're willing to cover certain zip codes that are pretty far away, you can add a driving fee to those zip codes, okay? So when you click on driving fees, here are the zip codes that I already entered under core service areas. So they're already populated in here into one little column. If I want to add a driving fee for these, I'm going to add it right here. Let's say I'm going to charge an extra $10 to cover these zip codes. I can also add an additional driving fee category, and I'm going to drag and drop specific zip codes. These two are really far away. I'm going to charge $15 for those zip codes. And then I'm going to do one more. This one is even far, see, it's so far away, I probably will hardly do any shoots, but just in case, I'm willing to do it, but they're going to have to pay an extra $25 to get me to drive all the way to that zip code, okay? And something else I should mention, these driving fees are not hidden from the agent when they're booking the shoot. It's not going to be a surprise when they get to checkout and they're like, what? Where's that extra $25 from? It will show when they go in, when they enter their listing and they go to the next page and see all the available photographers, it will show right there on the calendar that yes, you can book from Bob, but it's going to be an extra $15 in driving fees. So it's not a surprise, it's not a hidden fee, which is nice. You don't want to, that's a real turnoff when they think they're good to go and then there's suddenly a hidden fee in the shopping cart. So if you want to add driving fees, you can, and they're not hidden from the agent. They'll know up front. And again, you can also come in here and change these anytime you want. You can add more driving fees, you can delete them. Anytime you add more zip codes in your core service areas, they'll show up in here and you can drag and drop and move them around. Okay, so totally optional. You guys control this. We don't tell you what your driving fees are or which zip codes you can add driving fees. This is entirely up to you guys to set up if you want.
And good for Northern California because the gas prices are higher there.
Hmm. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, next up, days available. This one's really easy. This is where you designate how many photo shoots you are willing to do on each day of the week. So let's say on Monday, I'm willing to do 6 day shoots and I'm willing to do one night shoot. You can really only do one night shoot anyway because that's all you have time for by the time the sun sets. Tuesday, same thing, 6 and 1. Wednesday's my big day. I'll do 8 day shoots but no night shoots because I'll be exhausted. Thursday, I'm back to 6 and 1. And let's say Fridays, I'm back to 6 and 1. And then Saturdays, I'm willing to do, I don't know, 4 day shoots. And Sunday is my day off. I don't do any shoots on Sunday. Okay? So this is really easy. This is where you just say how many shoots people can book from you in a day. And as you get filled up your little calendar, when once enough agents have ordered 7 shoots from you on Monday, your calendar will show as unavailable on that day. So when someone comes in to try to book more, it's like, oh, I can't book on Monday. That's because you've got 7 shoots already booked. And again, this is completely editable. You might want to start out with just a few shoots to get yourself rolling. And once you get the hang of things and you feel more confident, you can come in here anytime and go, oh, you know what? I can actually handle 7 shoots on these 2 days. I think I can do it. And Saturdays, people keep asking me to do shoots on Saturdays. I'm going to do 8 on Saturday, but I'm going to keep Sunday as my day off. So again, this is entirely up to you. We do not tell you guys how many shoots you have to do in a day or which days of the week. You can set this up however you want. Just hit update, and you can always come back in here at any time and edit this. Okay? Those are your days available. Next up, holidays. So this is just something for you. If you guys have a holiday planned or you want to have some days booked off, you would just do it in here. So let's go to the next month. Let's say in May, I know I've got a camping trip on this week. So I want these days off. I don't want anyone to be able to book a photo shoot from me on these 5 days. I just come in here and I just click on them. And then when an agent goes in and looks at your availability calendar, these days show you as full. You are not available, so no one can book you on those days. And you might want to do it in advance. You might have a wedding in July or August. Okay, I'm going to do this. There, it's done. Now I don't have to worry about it sneaking up on me, and suddenly I get 5 photo shoots booked and I have to call them. Oh, I can't do it. You know, I've got a wedding on that weekend. So this is just something for you guys. You can come in and just go ahead and designate anything. And if plans change, you just come back in and just click on it again. Now you don't have those days booked off. Okay? So this is just for you guys to manage your own schedules. Easy. Hit update. So nobody can order anything from you on a holiday that you have booked. So that's up to you guys. Okay? Last but not least, shoot delay. Now this is another little feature that some of our photographers requested. And then this is optional as well. Basically, right now, if you leave your shoot delay at 0, it means that there are no delays at all in the time someone can book a photo shoot from you, which means that an agent can log into their account at midnight and book a photo shoot from you for the very next day. And you might log into your account the next day and get a big surprise. Holy cow, I've got 3 photo shoots booked. Whoa, I'm not prepared for that. If you don't mind people being able to book shoots from you right up to the day before, if that's no problem for you and you can handle it, just leave this at 0. You don't need a shoot delay. But some people might want at least 24 hours notice, right? They might want a 1 day, so at least when they come in, they can organize their shoots. Some of our photographers like to phone the clients personally and have a little chat, or they want to phone the agent, or they want to set up specific times, all kinds of stuff. You might want 2 days. You might be a really busy photographer, and you might want 2 days just to organize your shoots and get yourself set up. This is something that you guys can set up. Again, it's totally optional. If you are good to go with people ordering right up till midnight, then just leave it at 0. Okay?
For the new guys, I highly recommend at least a 24-hour shoot delay, just until you get going. I mean,
Yeah.
2 days would probably be better, but at minimum, a 24-hour shoot delay. And I would also recommend calling the client that books and having a chat with them, getting a feel for what they want. Get as much information as you can.
Yep. So there you go. So that is basically all the steps in the shoot manager, okay? And we'll come back and take a look at what one of these looks like when it's fully populated with real photo shoots and stuff, and you'll get a better idea. Okay, so we've gone through my clients, shoot manager, and the last thing you need to set up are your packages and your pricing. So that's the pricing manager. I'm going to click on that, and this is what it looks like in the back end.
Jana?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I have a quick question. Back to the holidays. Yeah, I have outside clients, and I don't want to obviously get bookings on the days that I have outside clients.
Yep.
Is that the best place to put it in the holiday?
No, I would put it in the days available. So if you know that you have, if you can't do any Realtour shoots on Thursdays, then you would just put in zero photo shoots on Thursdays.
The problem is that he's got 2 different schedules and they're going to conflict.
Yeah, well, my client, calls me up about 2 or 3 weeks out and says, hey, on Thursday and Friday of the 21st and 22nd, can you come and do a shoot for me?
Right.
So it's
And
not
Yeah,
like a
just
regular, weekly kind of a thing.
yeah,
right.
just put it up. Yeah, just put it on your calendar. Just put it. You can use that shoot manager for any days, right?
hmm Or you
Uh,
could, or if you could do the holidays. If you have a client who's booked you for, in May 20, and you know it's going to be all day, then you could use the holiday for
yeah.
that, so no one can book from you.
Okay.
That way you
Okay,
don't
great.
muck up. Yeah, that way you don't muck up your whole shoot area, or not this one,
Yeah.
the days available. You may not want to mess with
Yeah,
this, but yeah, you could do it that
yeah.
way. Whatever's going to
The
work for
problem
you.
with
Okay.
that, the problem with that is if you're busy and you have lots of other real estate agents that are booking with you outside of Realtor, I mean, it's a conflict. I mean, you don't always want to be going in and putting those into the Realtor shoot manager, especially if there's only one shoot per day. You don't want to book yourself off for the whole day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a problem managing two different shoot schedules. So your your options are one your existing clients over to the Realtor system and get them ordering through Realtor. That way you only have one sheet schedule. A lot of the new photographers are actually doing that when they see the benefits that we offer to them. And as Jana goes through all of that stuff through this session, you'll see that. But that really becomes a choice that you're going to have to make is how do you manage two different shoot schedules? And I don't have other than the one suggestion I just gave you, and there's no really good way to do
They would have to change the pricing though if they're doing like a wedding photography
it. Oh, I see what
session.
you're saying. I always thought they were referring to a real estate
No,
client.
some of the photographers have like clients that do wedding shoots or other types of photography. I know Michael Roberts does that, right? Not
Yes.
weddings, but other
Yeah,
types of photo
that's
shoots.
a full day event that you can
Right,
actually book off through the holiday
Yeah,
feature.
I've got a
right.
wedding shoot in Sarasota in December. I do pet photography. I have a number of clients, business clients that I do headshots for. So yeah, I've got more than just real estate clients.
So
Yeah.
can they set up that type of photo shoot in the system?
Um,
Yeah, under extra services.
the problem with that would be how do you, if you're going to do an event shoot, which is going to take the whole day,
hmm
we'd actually have to build that functionality into the system. It would be almost like the night shoot where you only get one night shoot per day. So if you had an event, we'd have to have an event schedule where it basically would book you for the whole day. So we could actually do that for you if there's demand, if you want to add event scheduling on your calendars. It's something that if there's demand for that, we can build it for you.
hmm
Well, what do you say, guys?
That sounds interesting. I'm not that busy out here. I just moved out to the Bay Area, so in that context, I'm just going to stick my nose in real estate.
Okay,
I,
Elijah.
My suggestion right now is that you use the holiday mechanism, the holiday feature. If you're going to book a wedding type of event, it's going to probably happen a few weeks out because somebody wants to book their wedding photographer well in advance to make sure that it's well organized. So you can just log into our system and use the holiday feature to book the day off. I think that probably would be the easiest way to do it at this point. If at some point down the road enough photographers want us to build an event feature into the scheduling system, that's something we can easily do for you. But we just need to know that that's a feature that takes time, effort, and money to do those things, to build those things.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so
well,
let's get back to Pricing Manager. So this is the Pricing Manager page where you're going to set up all of your packages, how many pictures are included in each package, and the price. Okay, so these are our basic categories. If you guys offer a la carte photography, you can fill in your pricing here. Not everybody does. Standard process, HDR, and Twilight. These are our basic packages. You can edit these names here if you want to just change them a little bit, if you want to tweak them a little bit. And then you guys decide, like let's say for standard package stills, you decide how many pictures are in there. So you might only offer, 25 pictures in your standard package stills. That's up to you. You also set the price. So let's say you're going to charge $150 for that, okay? You set the price in here, and you'll notice your price is $150. The customer sees $165. This is because Realtour takes $15 as our cut on every single photo shoot. But we don't take our $15 out of your price. What we do is we add the $15 onto your price. So this is what the customer sees. Okay, they only see that 165, so you will get your full $150, and we take our 15 out here from the customer. Okay, so you can go through and set up all of these. This one has with panos, so maybe this one has 25 stills and 3 panos. Okay, and I'm going to charge 175 for that one. Whatever pricing you guys want to set up. We do not dictate the pricing to you guys. Okay, you set up the packages, how you want to do them, how many pictures, whether or not you do panos or aerials, poll, video, it's all up to you, and you set the pricing. Anything you do not offer, you just leave at 0. Okay, so if you don't want to do, I don't know, maybe you don't, well, I'm sure you all do HDR, but if any of these packages you don't offer, just leave this at 0, and it will not show up on your pricing packages. So when a client goes in to order from you, if you don't do HDR, they won't see HDR in your list of services. Okay, so you just go through, you set everything up, the numbers, the pricing. Down here at the bottom, I have created an extra category. So you can do this. If you have extra services, like we were just talking about, like wedding shoots, headshots, you can create a new category and call it whatever you want. So I created a category, I just called it videos. So let's say some of our photographers also do videos. So let's say I want to offer video packages. I just create a new category, I name it whatever I want, and then under the category, I make my little subheading. So standard videos is just one video, I charge 150. Deluxe video is 2 videos, I charge 250. And then I can add more and more if I want, and I can set up the pricing. So I can set this up for any services, any extra services that I want to offer. Okay. Right here, we added floor plan services. Now, this was something that our photographers requested years ago. I'm not sure how many people are using it, but because they asked for it, we built it in. If you guys want to offer floor plans for people, you can set that up in here. Like from 0 to 1,000 square feet, 25 cents a square foot, which is 28 cents is what the customer will pay. You can set this all up in here if you want. I know I did a session with someone last week, and they said, well, now they've got an app on your phone that you can just hold the phone up against the wall, and it will basically do a floor plan of that room. So if you guys want to offer that kind of service, you can. I know when we first built this, our photographers, I think, were getting a third party, to do the floor plans for them. And they would the client would book it through the photographer would hire someone to go out and do the floor plan, whatever. It's old technology. But now that you have an app on your phone, or if you know how to do floor plans yourself, this is just something extra that you can offer if you want. If you don't want
The
to
app,
offer this, yeah.
the iPhone has that app.
Yeah, someone mentioned that in a session last week. So I think he was like, "Oh, well, heck, I could charge $100 for a floor plan, and it's easy for me. I'm already at the house. So if you want to do it, you can do it. If you don't, just leave these as 0, and it won't show up in your pricing list." Okay? And then down here at the bottom, we just have random services. These are just blank categories that you guys can add any possible service that you are willing to offer that you want to do. You can do that down here under services, and you just create a new one. So for example, one of our photographers does signage as well. So you could just create a new category, call it what you want, put a little description of what it is, and then add a price. Okay? Some of our photographers are willing to go into their clients' accounts and make their e-flyers, or make their marketing material for them. You just type in e-flyer creation, describe what it is, and you're going to charge $30 to do it. These extra services are optional. They're up to you. You can add, like, a few months from now, you might think, you know what, I keep getting agents asking me to do this one thing. I should really be charging $20 for that service. I'm going to come in, I'm going to add it in here, have it set up, and then they can officially order it from me. Okay, so you can come in here.
Where would drone footage, aerial footage be go in that section?
I do.
Anybody that's got.
Yep. So you can. We have aerials up in here, and pole up in here as well. But I think a couple of our photographers have created an entire category for like drone aerials, and you can do that in here as well. Okay, I'm going to hit Update Services. You can come in here and edit this page whenever you want. That's your pricing manager. Okay, so what I'm going to do now.
Janet, can I just interrupt for 1 second?
Yep, go ahead.
I was on a support issue here. I heard aerial photography. What was the question about that?
Wondering if you could create your own category in the pricing manager to offer aerial and drone. And I'm pretty sure a couple of the guys have their own category for that.
Can you go back to the pricing manager? That's a really good question, and I would like to just spend a little bit of time talking about it.
Sure.
What our current photographers are doing is they're adding aerial photography to the standard packages. So for example, in this example here, you've got standard package stills at the top. Below that, what they would do is put standard package panos, and then below that they would put standard package with aerials, and then would put the price in there. And the difference there would be one with the standard package stills, they would get aerial, and they would put the price of the aerial on top of the standard package. And just so you photographers know, that's an awesome way to do it. In effect, you're already going to shoot. You can charge, the Texas photographers are charging up to $100 to do an aerial shoot. And it only takes them a few minutes to do it, and they basically just double their profit margin by doing it.
Did you say, Michael? Did you say up to 100?
Yes.
Well, I think in the Bay Area you can double that.
I have no idea what the current pricing is for aerial photography in the Bay Area.
Yeah, in the Bay Area you can double that. You can charge 200 easily.
Yeah, just for clarification purposes, we're saying aerial photography is unmanned aircraft. That's drone photography, not shooting from a helicopter, because I do that
exactly.
too.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, if you're going to shoot from a helicopter,
that's another $1,000 right there.
Yeah. Exactly.
At least.
Exactly. I have a client, Mike Conklin, who actually shoots aerial from an airplane. He's a pilot. He's got a camera attached to his plane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're doing it from a helicopter, easily $1,000. I mean, there are agents that have, multi-million-dollar listings, and I'm talking, $15, $20, $30 million that are willing to pay that kind of money. I'm on a meeting.
Okay, Janet, go ahead.
Okay, so now we've gone through those three things. I'm going to show you. I'm now going to log into, oops, let me get logged out here. Okay, I'm now going to log into one of our photographers' accounts so we can take a look at what his account looks like when it's full of everything. I'm going to use David Stewart. Okay, so I'm going to log into David's account.
Because he has aerial photography in his
Yeah, we can look at all of his stuff. So You can see up here, I'm logged into David's account. So as I showed you guys before, it looks the exact same. His homepage has got all the same stuff as an agent. If you ever need any of these things, okay? He's got My Clients, Shoot Manager, and Pricing Manager. Now again, these buttons here only show up because I've logged in from my account, so you won't have these buttons. Just ignore those. Okay, so in David's case, if I click on My Clients, this will take a few seconds here to load because he has quite a few clients. Okay, this is what it looks like when you start getting clients. He's got 519 clients here. You can scroll down and see them all on the list, and then next page, next page, next page, okay? If David ever needs to contact any of his clients, let's say he needs to phone Holly and I don't know, for whatever reason he needs to call her and ask her about something, he can click on View Details, and up pops all of Holly's account information. Here's her phone number, here's her address, you know, just some basic stuff. If he needs, if Holly phones him and is like, oh, David, can you please help me out? My virtual tour looks weird. Can you add that extra picture we talked about, or can you do something? He can log in to Holly's account and then go, now he's in Holly's account, and then he can go into her virtual tour or whatever it is she's asked him to do and do stuff for her. So as Mark mentioned earlier, when you establish relationships with your agents, they will sometimes ask you to do extra little things. It's worth it to go in and do it. Once you learn how to make a tour and stuff, like I get agents who are going to panic because they need to change the price on a tour and they don't know how to do it. And to them, it's a huge thing. I can go in and change the price on someone's tour in 10 seconds. And then I'm a superstar in their eyes, and they're going to call me for everything. And that's the kind of relationship you want to establish. Because then when someone in Holly's office says, oh, Holly, your pictures are awesome. Who takes your pictures? She's going to say, oh, Jana. Jana's my
Yes.
photographer. You know, you should order from her. Okay? So it's worth it to do that little stuff. So that's how you can manage all of your client stuff. On that My Clients page, you'll see everybody listed on that page. Now let's look at David's Shoot Manager. Okay, here we go. This is what the Shoot Manager looks like when it is full of photo shoots. This is how many photo shoots David has booked for today. It's quite a few. Okay? And you can see all the photo shoots also over here on the map, so he can plan his day geographically. Now I'm going to go back a few weeks so I don't muck up his schedule. I don't want to click on stuff and move it around and he's on the road going, what just happened? Anyway, so let's go back a couple weeks so you can see what these are finished photo shoots. Okay, so when David comes in, and maybe you know on the 16th of April he looks ahead to the 17th to see what his day is going to look like. Okay, I have this many photo shoots. This is what they're like geographically. I want to change the order of these photo shoots so it makes sense. I'm actually going to do F. Makes more sense for me to start because it's closest to home. I'm going to move it up to the top. Okay. So you can drag these around and change the order of them, and it changes the order over here on the map. Because you might want to do this geographically. I know some photographers will do the shoot that's furthest from home first, and then work their way home, right, as they go through the day. So their last shoot of the day is closest to home, and that makes total sense. So you guys can move these around. I'm just going to drag that back down. For whatever reason, I don't want to muck anything up in case he's got these, who knows. I know it was 2 weeks ago, but you never know. Okay, so something else I want to show you. You may remembered when the agent booked the photo shoot, they did not get to specify a time of day. They just picked the date, okay? Some of our photographers will want to be able to set a specific time for the shoots, and you can do that if you want. You'll notice right here it says set time. So if I'm the kind of person that wants to do that, like you'll notice David has set his first shoot at 10. The next shoot he's left empty. The next one 1:30 and then 2:30, and then the last 2 shoots of the day he's left them empty because he might not know what time he's going to get there. Maybe this was a really big listing and he knows the house is big and it's going to take longer, or maybe he knows that after 2:30 he's going to want to take a lunch break. So he might not get out to this one until 4 o'clock. But if you want to assign times, you just click on Set Time. This little pop-up comes up and you can choose the time, whatever time of day you're going to be there, and then type a little message. Hi, Bob. I'm going to, be at the listing at 8 a.m. If you want to be there, that's when I'm going to be there. I expect it'll be an hour, whatever. Type in your little message, hit send, and then the agent who booked the shoot from you will get an email saying that, yeah, David's going to be there at whatever time he specified. So if you're the kind of person who wants to, you're very organized and you want to assign specific times for every single shoot, you can do that by just clicking on the set time. If you don't want to do that because you have no idea how long it's going to take you to get from A to B and so on and so forth, you don't have to set the time. Some agents will, request an exact time, but you might just have to say to them, you know what, I'll be there in the morning. I'll be there before lunch. However you work, that's up to you. David also, there's also an assign to. Okay, let's close that. So David has his shoots set up so that people can book a lot more shoots in a day than just one person can handle. And that's because he can assign some of his shoots to Allison Stewart, who I do believe is his wife. So I believe she's a photographer as well, and Caroline Merrill. So if he gets a day where he gets 15 shoots booked, he can go in and say, you know what? This one, 5304 Scenic View, I'm going to give it to Allison. And he would type a little message, Allison, I'm sending this shoot to you. Allison gets an email and the shoot goes into her day planner on her schedule, so she's good to go, okay? So if you get to the point where, you've got a couple other people that you can deal with and you're willing to book, you're willing to allow people to book 15, 20 shoots from you a day, and then you can assign them to other people, that's something that we have set up in our system. Okay.
And just so everyone knows that David Stewart makes about $20,000 a month in Photog revenue.
Yeah. You noticed when we looked at today's schedule, he probably had 12 or 13 or 14 shoots on that schedule. Obviously, he himself is not going to be able to go and do 14 shoots in a day. At least I don't think you could. I don't know. Michael used to be a photographer.
No, you can't.
You can't. There you go. It's
It takes
impossible.
about an hour per shoot if you're efficient.
Yeah. And depending on how big the property is. I mean, I know in Texas, some of these
If you're doing aerial
listings,
shoots,
yeah, they're huge,
a
right?
lot of variables here, but I used to shoot and I used to allow an hour per shoot.
And then you have to get to the next shoot, which could be a half an hour, and then you need a coffee, and then, so yeah, there you go.
Photographers don't get coffee breaks.
Okay, sorry, no coffee breaks for you guys. Okay, so that's what the shoot schedule looks like. Now, to get more information on each shoot, you just click on the actual address here. You click on the shoot itself, and up pops this little shoot manager window. So this has all of your shoot details. So when you're on the road or wherever, you need to go in and check the details. All the information from the order is in here. The address, the date it was booked for, what the package is. Okay, that's the package they ordered. They get their free tour. The access method, okay, the agent wants me to call them. There's their number. Here's the special instructions they've put in, Here is the real estate agent's name. It's Warren. There's his email address, his phone number. And then here's my information too. So when Warren books the photo shoot, when he's paid for it, our system sends him an email with all of this information, all the shoot details and your contact information too. So you've got Warren's info and Warren has your info. So you guys can contact each other if you need to. This is the information that gets sent out.
Janet, can they access this from their phones?
If you have the internet. This is all online. It's just part of our website. So,
okay.
Yeah. Now, some of our agents, you'll notice we have a print button right here. This is an old button, but some of our agents would prefer to print this out. And maybe they've got 5 or 6 photo shoots, they'll print all 5 or 6 of these and staple them together. And when they drive around, that's what they refer to, is a printout version. If you're more comfortable with that, we've got a little print button so you can do that. But otherwise, I don't know what it's like for you guys. I mean, I don't know if you take a tablet with you and you just get Wi-Fi and you check your schedules and stuff while you're on the road. I mean, I'm guessing a lot of people do it that way now. So this is all on our website. So you can access this anytime, anywhere, on your phone, on your tablet, when you're on the road to you. Okay? So this is where all the information is. Now, I'm going to go through Manage Photos last. So I'm going to go through each of these buttons. Extra fees. This is if Warren, say you've done the photo shoot, and Warren phoned you up, and he's like, oh, God, I love the pictures. They're awesome. But my client just did some landscaping, and they just put in some new gardening. It looks really good. Would you mind going back and taking 5 or 6 pictures of the brand new landscaping? And you're like, yeah, sure, I don't mind. I'll do that. I'll charge you, $50. And Warren's like, great, I'll pay anything. $50 sounds good. So you could log in and click on extra fees and then just type in, extra shots of garden. And I'm going to charge 50 bucks. Okay, when I hit add to cart, that $50 is now going to go to Warren's shopping cart and he can pay for it online and everything is taken care of. You don't have to worry about him trying to write you a check or whatever. It's all done in our system. Okay, and the extra fees are just for little extra things that you might do for somebody that you don't want to go through the process of adding that to your pricing manager. It's just a one-off and whatever that might be, and that's between you and the agent. If they phone you up and ask you to do one extra little thing and they're willing to pay for it and the two of you agree on a price, you just come into extra fees, description, price, add it to their shopping cart, and you're done. It goes to their shopping cart. Okay?
Jana, does Realtour add their extra fee to that, or is it just strictly the 15?
Yes. There we go, 55.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it did add it, yeah. I want to make sure that doesn't actually go to Warren's shopping cart since I'm in a live account right now. I didn't hit add to shopping cart, did I? No, I don't think so. I'll have to rewatch the video. So there you go. So you can add extra fees anytime you need to, just for one-off things, because you don't want to go in and add that to your pricing manager, right? 5 shots of the garden. It's just takes too much time. Okay. Over here under reschedule, this just makes your life easier. If Warren phones you up and says, I know we booked the shoot for Friday, but is there any way we could do it Monday instead? Now, you don't want to have to go in and cancel the shoot and do a refund, and then Warren has to go back in and order the whole thing from scratch for Monday. You can just click on reschedule and then just tick whatever day it was, Okay, he wants to do it Monday instead? Fine, I'll tick Monday or whatever. Here's Monday, next Monday. Okay? I just click on that, and now the photo shoot, it moves from today's schedule to Monday's schedule. It just makes your life easier. You don't have to go through the whole process of refunding, and Warren doesn't have to reorder it. You can just change the date. Okay? Makes it easy. If Warren phones you up and says, David, I'm really sorry, but we've got to cancel the shoot. Something happened. The owner changed their mind. They don't want to do it anymore, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the reason is, you can just click here on cancel shoot. I'm not going to click OK. It'll cancel the shoot, and then the refund and everything is taken care of through us. Our back end and our accounting department will be notified that this shoot has been canceled, and our accounting department will do the refund for Warren, all done online. And then you'll both get an email saying this shoot has been canceled, the refund has gone through. So you do not have to deal with refunding people. It's all done through us just by clicking on cancel shoot. Okay?
I have a question. What if they cancel the shoot on the same day? Can the photographer charge a fee for canceling the shoot on the same day?
This was a question we actually had. Michael, you were online for this. We did this last week. Someone asked the exact same question, whether you can charge a cancellation fee.
We currently do not have a cancellation fee system set up. It's something we're talking about doing. And I suppose, Mark, what's going to happen here is that we'll take input from the photographers on how much to charge, how to set this thing up. And then I think we'll implement a cancellation fee policy.
Yeah, we probably should, because that can really screw you over if if someone books a shoot and then you're like, well, I kept that slot open for you. I've just lost money because you bailed, like
Right.
the day before. Exactly. So yeah, we've had someone else ask for it last week.
150 miles to get there. Yeah.
Exactly. That's another.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've got your day planned out, and now you've got, this whole amount of time to just sit around and do nothing. I think a $50 cancellation fee is appropriate.
Up to a certain amount of time.
I would like to hear input from everybody on that, Mark. $50 fee is an awful lot of money for our Texas photographers.
Especially
if the photo shoot was booked and it was a $300 package at $50, they're sitting around doing nothing for an hour or an hour and a half.
I totally agree with you, but the thing about it is our Austin photographers, our Texas photographers, they make a really solid amount of money from their clients. And they've been doing that for years, Mark, and we refund back the total amount right now. And I have never heard any of them complain. It doesn't happen very often. It's kind of one of those things that, I hate that, but because they make so much money, they don't want to upset their clients. So maybe what we should do is make the amount of refund um, optional, um, and make the photographer, allow the photographers to put in how much they want to refund back.
I have some input on this, if you guys can hear me.
Go ahead.
I feel like it should be time-based, depending on how far in advance they're canceling. If
I
I'm
agree.
driving 20 miles
Like,
and I get there at the door and the agent's not there, I feel I should be charged to get to that house. But if they book the morning of and I'm still doing my routing, they shouldn't be charged that cancellation fee.
Yeah,
That sounds good. That sounds good. I like that.
It's more of like a trip charge than a cancellation fee.
Exactly.
Yeah, actually, Janet, can you make a note of that? And I really like that idea a lot.
Who said that?
Stephen?
Oh, okay.
So I think it's important for us to build in a cancellation method, and the problem we have is, when are we going to do it? And we've only got so many programmers, and currently we have a development schedule in place, and I mean, we're basically booked for months in advance. So we have to set priorities. How important is the refund policy? Do we bump it up in our development schedules and get it done sooner than later? So those are kind of issues that we're faced with right now. And my feeling on this is that the refund policy is something that we're going to have to deal with sooner than later. I will put that in front of our development team. We'll discuss it at length, and we'll have some really good fist fights over that issue. And we'll make a decision, and then we'll let you guys know what we're going to do with it.
Well, let me just add something to that, because in the Bay Area, I know my experience, it happened probably 15% of the time. I was doing 10 shoots a day. So if you're talking 15% of the time, that's, quite a lot. I know a cancellation fee, but when I left, the cancellation fee did start to take effect. I know the agents kind of complained about it a little, but for the majority of them, they understood. It's our time was valuable, their time is valuable, and most of them understood. I think $50 in the Bay Area is not unreasonable, but in other areas, $50 may be too much. So the ability to set the fee, I think, is the best option. And I don't think it's appropriate if the agent cancels like the day before. If the agent cancels the day of, or the agent doesn't show up for, I think then it's appropriate to charge that fee. So that's just my input. And for the Bay Area photographers, that does happen about 15% of the time. And if you show up to a property and the
I just want to jump in here, Mark. Our records indicate that it's about 1 in 20 shoots.
1 in 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not having a lot of shoots in the Bay Area, are you?
None. I'm talking about our Texas photographers.
Right. The Bay Area is a little bit different. Once we get going there, I think you'll see that happens probably 1 in 15, maybe 1 in 10.
I think that the method that Stephen mentioned would be a really good way to deal with that.
I like it too. I think that's the best way.
Okay. All right, so let's move on from that. We have one final button to go over, the Manage Photos button, and this is probably the most important one. Okay, so the Manage Photos, this is how you guys will get the pictures you've taken into your client's account. So we've set this up to make it as easy as possible for our clients. I don't know, I mean, if you guys are already shooting for real estate agents, you might know that they're not necessarily the most tech savvy people. I get support calls all the time. They don't know how to unzip files. Photographers will send them a link to all their pictures on Dropbox. They don't know what Dropbox is, and they don't know how to get the pictures out of Dropbox. It's a disaster. Try talking someone through how to unzip something. They don't have a clue what you're talking about. Okay? No, it's true. It's true. But anyway, so we have built a back end so that when you guys are done the photo shoot, you just click on that button, Manage Photos, and you'll have 3 tabs, one for photos, one for panos, one for video. Let's say you click on the Photos tab. Now this is full of pictures, but you'll just come down here and click on Upload Images. And then you upload all of the pictures that you have. So I'm just going to click on that to show you. I'm just going to go to my desktop because I have a folder here called Images. So let's just say these are your pictures that you've taken. You can select all of them and then just hit go. I'm not going to do this, so I don't want to muck up his account, but you can select all of your pictures for that listing and upload them all at the same time, and they will show up as little thumbnails right here, okay? And then you have a little delete button. If there's 1 or 2 in there that you didn't want to give, you don't want to send them, you can delete those. You can change the order of them if you want. You know, if you want to have the front of the house to show first, you just drag and drop and move these around. Again, I don't want to muck anything up in here, okay? If you have panos, you would click on the panos tab and you would do the same thing, upload the images. If you did a video for these people, you would click on video and you would just upload the video, upload video, okay? Once you have uploaded all of the pictures, and here they are, scroll down, there is a button that says Publish Virtual Tour. So remember way back at the beginning of this, I told you guys that as an extra incentive to ordering a pro photo shoot, we throw in our Platinum Virtual Tour for free. This is how that tour gets created. You upload your images and you just click on Publish Virtual Tour. And then our system creates a virtual tour with all of your pictures in the order that they are here, okay? And it creates it in your client's account. So when this has been done, I'm just going to click back in here. When this has been done, Warren is going to get an email from us saying, hey, your pictures are done, your tour is good to go. In that email, they can click on a link and download their pictures at like 3 different sizes. They can also click on a link and watch their virtual tour if they want. Warren can also just log into his account on Realtor.biz and go into virtual tours and see the tour. And it's in there that he can go in and add captions and music and all kinds of extra goodies that come with the tour. Just, you guys are creating the tour, but it is not your job to go in and do the extra bells and whistles. Unless you and Warren have some kind of relationship and he's paying you to do it, or you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart, that's up to you. But basically, that is how you upload the images into your client's account and you create that tour for them on that Manage Photos page. And then you don't have them phoning you in a panic because they don't know how to download them from Dropbox or unzip the zip file. It's all done, okay?
I have a question on resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Do we upload them at the highest resolution, then they have an option? Because here in Houston, HAR has a certain size limit. You said
Yes.
they have 3 resolutions to download?
Yep. So so I'm going to go into my account now and click on a virtual tour. So I don't, okay. So here's my demo virtual tour.
I sent you an email of a typical virtual tour email, if you want to show them that.
In the chat?
No, I sent you an email so you can show them the email that the clients are going to receive.
Oh, I see. Oh, just right now. Okay. Okay, virtual, right. Okay. So when your virtual tour is done, this is the email the client gets. Okay, here's your name, here's the information. They can click and watch a branded virtual tour or unbranded. They can link the tour into Realtor.com. They can upload it to YouTube and they can download 3 different sizes. They can do this all from the email they just got.
As far as the HAR MLS goes, I believe the size is 1024 by 768.
In the Bay Area, MLS listings, Realtor.com, it is 640 by 480.
And you can see that in the email, both those sizes are covered.
Oops. Yeah, and also they can log into their account and go into virtual tours, click on the Manage Photos page. This is where they're going to add all the bells and whistles and extra goodies to their tour. Here are the pictures you just uploaded. If they want to download them, there's 5 sizes in here. But to answer, was it Dick? To answer Dick's question, what size of photo are the photographers going to upload? What's the original size they're uploading? Now, I'm not entirely sure. What's the...
Yeah, because I always provide my clients the full 300 DPI images and let them,
Absolutely.
so they've got them. They can do anything they want with them after that. So.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Actually, Janet, the answer to that question is our system is going to resize the photos that you upload. And that resize is, off the top of my head, it's about 2400 by 1500 or something along that lines. It's targeted to the largest LCD that people will be viewing virtual tours on. And also, our print creator allows them to create professional-looking flyers and stuff. And at that resolution, there isn't a photo that you're going to upload that will work really, really well at that resolution. Also, if flyers or real estate agents are creating flyers outside our system, and they want it for they want to use a photo for an 8.5 by 11 flyer, full page, full bleed, that resolution will more than be adequate for those flyers. There's very, very few exceptions, or very, very few cases where a real estate agent is going to require any photo of a higher resolution than that.
Okay, I have a comment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is specific to the Bay Area, so this is for the new photographers in that area. KAB Printing, which is one of the flyer producers, and Reps, which is another flyer producer, which you'll be requested to have photos sent to, or requested to have the agents. Always keep your original image size photos because they require 300 DPI. Your photos will also be printed in the Coldwell Banker Previews magazine, which requires 300 DPI, and there's other publications that your photos will be printed in that require 300 DPI. So always save your original images. Keep them in a folder on your computer, which I always did. If you don't have enough storage, back them up on DVDs or CDRs or whatever
no,
it
it's
is
the
that you
cloud,
have.
Mark. It's the cloud now.
Or you can use the cloud. But certainly keep your original image sizes. The Bay Area is different than a lot of areas in the country. Your photos are going to be printed. I was published in Town and Country magazine, in a couple other magazines. My photos were frequently used in Coldwell Banker Previews, which is the national magazine that they use for their high-end properties. So your images will be used in other places that require the 300 DPI, the original resolution. So they can upload the original size to the virtual tour, right, Michael?
Yeah, but we're going to resize that image. I'm just getting my developer right now to tell me what that size is, so you all know.
But does it
Yeah, it's like
does it
2500.
save? Do you save the original size or no?
I think the system resizes it. I just downloaded these at full size. Oh, you know what? These were really small to begin with, though. Shoot, I need like
Actually,
a.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, right, if the photographer, when we get the pictures ready to go, are we sitting here at the computer resizing images before we upload them to the client
You don't need to
folder? Are we
size them.
sending? Okay.
No.
You can send the original size. Our system will resize it.
But does it save the original size?
No, I believe.
Oh yeah, I
No.
keep everything on externals. So yeah, I've
No,
got
the full size, like if you upload pictures into my account and I download them at full size, it's going to be the full size that our system allows, which is like 2500 by something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the question here is, what size is that? And I'll have that information for you in a few minutes.
Okay, so for the Bay Area photographers, always keep your original sizes,
Right.
period. Back them up wherever it is, the cloud, on your computer, on a CD, whatever.
I have a question. Should we also be saving our raw files?
No, you don't need to save those.
Why not?
Well, I mean, if you,
I do.
I mean, the raw file is the best format to manipulate images with, so that's the one I would save. I mean, that's
well,
the
if you, that's
original uncompressed
those are
format.
those are the files that you use to create the HDR image. So the image that you've made from the raw files is the one you save, not the images that you use to create the final product, right?
Um, I mean, that's up to the individual photographer, but I
Right. I
know
mean, but
I would
that,
say the original uh, because as you all know, if you save it as a JPEG image, every time you use something to that image, the quality degrades.
exactly.
Every time you open it, it degrades. Yep.
And
Right.
if you
Well,
save it in the original format, then you don't have to worry about that. I mean, I
okay.
really don't think it matters a whole heck of a lot here whether you save it in RAW or whether you save it in JPEG. Almost all of your clients would never be able to tell the difference. So
Well,
that's a choice. That's a choice that you can make.
I've actually had a couple of requests for raw image. So, again, it's entirely up to you and how much storage you have. If you want to
All
save
right.
them, save them.
Here's the information that you need. Our system resizes to 2,550 by 3,300.
Well, that's a
And
pretty good size.
that corresponds to 8.5 by 11 at 300 DPI.
That'll work. That'll
So,
work for most
Mhm.
applications, yes.
Yep.
that's a huge
It
input.
is.
And I doubt very much whether any of your clients would ever complain about that.
No.
There are exceptions to that, but they're so rare that if you've saved your original images at a higher resolution than that, you can just forward that image to the
Yep,
real estate agent that needs it. But
exactly.
otherwise, it'll be
And then
extremely.
you'll have to talk them through how to open it.
Well, actually, you'd
Uh,
be forwarding it to their flyer producer or the
yes,
magazine that they're
yes,
printing to, and they'll know exactly what to do.
totally. Then you don't have
Yeah.
to go through that. Yeah, for sure.
If a magazine is producing larger images um, than than what we can give them, then they've got problems already. I mean,
No,
posters,
it's not that they need.
something like that.
It's not that they need the. It's not that they need the larger image. They manipulate the image for whatever reason to print in the magazine. They need that file size. I've never asked them the reason why. They just need it. So.
And what I'm
Yeah,
saying is
I've had
they,
some real estate covers, and they want the original. Yeah, and because they've manipulated it before it's gone to print for the
Yep.
cover. Yeah.
okay, so bottom line is our system will resize to 2550 by 3300.
Which is perfect for reps and KAB. They won't complain about that.
Hmm. And then your agents can, if they need, they'll need much smaller to upload to their MLS, which they can do themselves. On that virtual tour page I just showed you right here, go in, edit the tour, go to the Manage Photos page, and then under Download Images, they can choose the smaller size. 640 by 480, I think, is the most common size that MLS
Yep.
requires. So they can download
Yep.
that and upload that size to their MLS.
Here in Texas, it's the same. And it shows up as a bigger image on the HAR website.
Yeah.
What is the resolution for HAR?
I think 1024 is the biggest they'll take.
Yeah, and I
So
believe
that
we
means
added
use
that.
our system to select that image size.
Yeah, so you can we added that for that particular MLS.
Also file size no bigger than 4 megs.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask what the average turnaround time is once you take the photos to get them to the clients?
I know some of our guys do 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Okay.
if everybody does that, but I know some of them do 24 hours.
Actually, almost everybody does.
Almost
Janet.
everybody?
What
Okay.
they'll do is they will go out, do the shoots during the day. They'll come back in the evening, do post-production, and the next morning they have their virtual tours published.
Okay. Even when you do like 10 houses a day?
Yep. I mean, even when they're doing 10, they have next day photos ready for their clients. I mean, that's one of the most important features that you can offer to your clients. I mean, they want their photos, they want them now. And I think that just our Texas photographers, actually our clients in Texas have got very used to next day publishing.
Okay.
And so that's become the standard.
I always throw in a disclaimer and say 2 business days, even though I get them back to them in 24 hours.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just promising that you get them to them earlier, they're happy. Under promise, over deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So basically, you can set that whatever way you want with your clients. It's just whatever you do, they're going to get used to it. So if you set it 2 days and your clients are happy with 2 days, then great. And that would make life so much easier for you.
Yeah.
For the Bay Area guys, I'll talk to you separately about how that's going to work for you, because a lot of them want them like right away. But you can, I'll talk to you separately about that.
Okay, Janet?
Mm-hmm. Okay, well that kind of wraps up all the steps of the training session. So
could you do one more thing, Janet? Could you go to marketing products, virtual tours,
mm-hmm.
and then just show them the tour packages we offer?
Okay. Good.
Yeah, perfect. This is what these are the various virtual tours we offer to your clients. When a client orders a professional photo shoot, the client gets to pick whatever virtual tour they want, and most of them pick the Platinum HD tour. And you can see that it's a value of $29.99. But the most important thing are all the features that we offer with the Platinum HD. We convert the virtual tours to video, and we have a YouTube upload feature, which is used extensively. We have a maximum exposure feature, which gets the virtual tours sent to all the major portal sites like Zillow, Trulia, Yahoo.com, etc. Realtor, there's a Realtor.com linking mechanism. One of the most important features is we have a incredible print creator that allows real estate agents to create professional looking flyers. I don't think there's a print creator that's even close to us on the internet as far as ease of use. We have literally hundreds of templates they can pick from, and that's free when they order a professional photo shoot, when they order the Platinum HD package.
Can you show them that, Michael?
I can get Janet to do that.
The print creator?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So let's say you wanted to go in and make a piece of print material. Under marketing products, you just click on print materials. And again, you can create a new listing if you want, but I'm going to use one of my existing listings so you guys can just see. So let's say here's my 1, 2, 3 test listing. If I click on create new, because I want to make a new piece of print material, these are the template types that we have. Single-sided flyers, so that's just 8.5 by 11. So you can print it out just on a standard piece of paper. Most people do a single-sided flyer so they can hand them out at their open houses. You can also do a double-sided version of that. And then we have brochures. These are 11 by 17, and then you fold them in half, so you get 4 pages. And then a lot of our clients do jumbo postcards, and then we have little mini postcards as well. So just to do a quick single-sided flyer so you can see, you would click on single-sided flyers. This brings us into our template library. So these are all the different categories we have of different themed templates. Okay, so for example, if I was to click on America, and let's say I'm in Texas, and I'm in Austin. These are all my Austin themed templates. I can just scroll down and look at them. And if I like the look of one, I can click on preview and I can see a nice big pop-up version of it. Oh, there, that's what this template would look like once it's full of information and pictures and stuff. If I want to use it, I just click on select. Okay, now the system is building the template. It takes a few seconds because the system is going to auto-populate all of the fields in the template that it can based on information that I've already got in my account. So in my account, if I filled in my name and my phone number and I uploaded my headshot and logo, when I make a flyer, here's all this information already auto-populated for me. Phone numbers, everything.
Notice the QR code.
Yep, there's a QR code automatically there as well for the virtual tour. Okay, and all of my pictures that my amazing photographer uploaded for me into my account are sitting here as well. I just drag and drop my pictures over into the template. See, and it comes to life right in front of your eyes. This is what's so amazing, is that you don't have to go back and forth between different pages. You just drag and drop, you hit refresh, and that's it. Your template is done. And then you can print this out if you want, because we're in the print, we're in the print creator. But if you were making an e-flyer, you would make an e-flyer the exact same way. Only in the e-flyer, you would then attach links to it, link it to your virtual tour, link it to your website, and then you would blast it out to all the different agents. We have a map blaster that uses a Google map, and you could choose an area on the Google map, and it would blast this e-flyer out to all the agents in that geographical area, and it links to the virtual tour. So that's how they get their listings out to the community. But that's how easy it is to make a flyer. It's pretty cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And there's your proof. Then you can send your proof. You can download a PDF of it. You can send it to your client.
You could also send it to a printer and have them print it out.
Yep. You can click on this, and whoever your favorite printer is, you can type in their email address and put in instructions. I want 250 color copies of this. Please deliver them, or I'll pick them up, order them, and off it goes.
Who does that? Who does that? The realtor or us?
Oh, the real estate agent.
Realtor.
Yeah.
Or the realtor could ask you to do it, and you can charge them $20.
Yep.
Set that up in your pricing manager.
Yeah. I do believe there's like 1 or 2 guys who do that, although I think it's their wives who do it. But you can order it from them, and then they'll have their wife go in and do it. But anyway, if you want to offer this service where you'll make the e-flyer, or you'll add the captions to the tour, if you want to do that stuff, you can do it. Some agents will pay you to do it. Trust me, they try to get me to do that stuff for them for free all the time.
I used to write all of the verbiage on my virtual tours and create flyers for my agents.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that on every single virtual tour.
There you go. Yeah, when you go in.
And I didn't charge them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
But they kept ordering from you, right? And like I said,
Yeah.
when you know how to make this stuff, like you just watched me make a flyer in 1 minute, right? And when you're in the back end of the virtual tour, you could go in and you could, you can create captions. You just click here and type in a caption. Look, here's the front of the house. Like, it's super easy. You could add some SEO keywords for them, It's pretty important stuff. Most of them don't know what SEO means, but it's important, and you could communicate that to them, add some words. You could choose music. Just tick, done. You could charge $20 to do these 3 extra things for somebody, And believe me, they love having somebody come in and do their stuff for them.
And for the Bay Area clients, remember I told you they're all hands off. They want everything done for them,
Mm-hmm.
and they will pay for it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just not the Bay Area.
Yeah.
That's universal.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that kind of brings us to the end. I guess next steps will be Mark and John getting you guys, helping you get your accounts created. And then after that, we'll be doing some marketing for you guys, doing some blasting out of e-flyers, announcing your services and announcing you to the geographical area, wherever you are. John is going to look after organizing all of that. So if anybody has any questions, you can email me or email John.
Or Mark.
Or Mark.
Or Mark.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, Mark as well. And I'm gonna, once this is over, I'm gonna put this video of our entire training session on YouTube, and I will send an email to everybody with a link to that. So you can always go back in and rewatch whatever parts of it you want to rewatch.
Do we just come in and go ahead and set up an account?
No, Mark, I'm going to set up my my photographers' accounts for them.
And then
under
John,
me.
yep, so you'll do that for your guys. John will look after everybody else. And John, I don't know if you're creating their accounts for them or how you're doing that, but
Now, what I'm going to suggest is a couple of you already set up an account. Just go to realtour.biz and it says set up an account. Click on there, click on photographer. That'll create your account.
create right here.
And
If you go to
go in.
Realtour.biz, create free account.
Yeah, it says create free account. Real simple, you fill that information in, then go in and do your pricing. Get some photos together to create your virtual tour. If you need help on the zip thing, let me know. That do those three things, and then we'll be ready to promote you and start getting you out there in front of people.
There's one thing that you also missed that's really important, and that's rewards. If you could just give them a quick rundown of how rewards works.
Okay. This is a long one. Okay, so we have a new thing that we're offering, and we call it Realtour Rewards. So this is for people who want to basically you can create a network of people. If you want to start signing up people underneath you, Realtour is sharing, it's kind of like profit sharing. So let me just click through this little slideshow. This is on the website. You can go under marketing products and click on Realtour Rewards, get more information. Basically, what Realtour is willing to do for brand new clients is to take 40% of the marketing revenue and put it into rewards, okay? And then what would happen if you had people in your network who were ordering marketing materials, 40% of the profit of that would go into Realtour Rewards, 60% of that 40% goes to you, and the remaining 40% goes up to the people above you. Okay, so that's just an extra way. If you guys want to create networks of people and make extra cash on the side, you can do that through Realtour Rewards. So as photographers, you might have some clients who aren't members of Realtour, but who are ordering from you all the time. They need to create, I'm going to log into my account again so I can show you. They need to create a new account. Oops. So let's say you're a new Realtour photographer. You've got a whole bunch of real estate agents who aren't Realtour clients yet, but they want to start ordering from you. What you can do is go into marketing products, click on Realtour Rewards, invite a new client. If you click on invite a new client and you type in that person's email address and hit continue, what will happen is that new person will get an email saying, hey, Bob's just created an account for you on Realtor.biz. Here's your login information. Go ahead and start using our products, start ordering photo shoots and doing all that stuff. That person, because you invited them from the rewards page, that person is now in your network. And the money they spend on their e-flyers and a lot of our marketing products, that 40% of that goes into the network and you get 60% of that. So
is this how I'm going to set up my photographers?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mark, you're going to go in. You're going to go into
John,
your account.
You should be setting up your photographers as well.
Right.
Yeah, it just makes it easier. So you're going to log into your account. You're going to go to Realtour Rewards and invite a new client. And then each of your photographers, Mark, will then get an email saying, Mark has just created an account for you on Realtor.biz. Here's your login. Here's your password. Click here to go in and get started. and that puts them into your rewards network. And then
Got it.
they in turn can sign up agents that use them, and that will put the agent in their network. And as people start buying things, a little bit of money here and there goes into your rewards network. And then each month you get a nice little chunk of cash from PayPal if you want to do this. And that's how it works.
And it's just a little bit different when you do group because you don't do it individually. So that would be the only time it wouldn't be done exactly that way.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can I ask a quick question here?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
What would keep say 500 people from going into Realtour.biz and signing up as new photographers and flooding the market?
If you sign up as a new photographer, you go into the private network, and so that means that you are not available on the Realtor schedule.
No. What I'm asking is couldn't anybody go in and say, I want to be a photographer for these guys, go onto Realtour.biz, set up a new account, and become a photographer?
They can become a photographer, but we have two different systems. We call it the private system and the public system.
Right.
When you sign up through the login that Janet just showed you, you go into the private system, and you do not get put on the public schedule. All you guys that are on this webinar are going to be put into the public system so that you get shown on the schedule. That's how we control it.
This is the public. This is the public one. So when an agent goes in to order a photo shoot, these are the photographers that are public. These guys service Austin and this zip code. There's only 4 of them.
I see. So but we still need to go in and register through Realtour.biz, correct?
The best way to do this is have Mark or John send you an invite, and then you'll be set up in the public system.
I got it. I see.
I have a question. I'm putting Elijah in right now. And I selected photographer, and it says 0% will receive 0.100% of revenue. What do I put in there?
I can't hear you, Mark. You're breaking up.
Okay. In the I'm at the invite new client, and I'm setting Elijah up. And I selected photographer, and then it's got a box that says 0%, and in parentheses will receive 0.100% of revenue. What do I put in there?
Put in 0.
Just leave that 0?
Yes.
Okay.
That's for
what that's set up for is if you want to manage photographers and share revenue with them, that's a share revenue method.
Okay. But I don't put any kind of percentage in there, right?
Nope, just leave it blank.
Okay. Elijah, I just sent you an invite. It didn't ask me to put in a password, so does it just generate a...
It generates a password for you, and then what I would do is go into your profile and set a new password, one that you can remember.
This is what it will look like when Elijah gets that email. It's going to look like this. Hi, Elijah. Mark has just created an account for you on Realtor.biz. Here's the email address. Here's the fake. Our system just creates a complicated password. You can then go in. You can click right here. It'll take you right to your home page, and then under the My Account, here under My Account, you can go in and reset the password to something that makes sense to you.
Alyssa?
Yes?
Do you want me to use Bravo as your last name, or do you want to use Sutton Bravo? How do you want me to put that?
I think Bravo.
Okay.
So there you go. Mark is inviting. He's setting up accounts for his Photogs right now. Okay.
This is really easy.
Yeah, super easy, right?
Yep.
I'm going to forward you an email, Janet, just so that everyone can see this.
Here's Alyssa's email right here.
Oh, so you've already got it?
Yeah, I get CC'd on these as well. So here's Alyssa. So Mark literally just set up Alyssa's account right now. Hi, Alyssa.
Okay.
Mark.
Hi.
Great. Yeah, Mark has created an account for you. Here is your login. There's your password. You're a photographer. Then you can click
Very
here.
cool.
Yeah. Now once you've logged into your account, you can go into my account and change that password, and you could even change your last name if you wanted.
Okay.
But once you log in, that puts you into Mark's network. So this is how you guys will get your accounts created. Mark or John will invite you, and you'll get an email like this.
Okay.
There you go.
So I've just set up all 4 of you guys. I'm doing Mike Sloat. He's not on the call right now. So I will talk to him, go over this if he has any questions. But if you guys have any questions, I'm available anytime. I know there's a 2-hour time difference, so I will try to be available up till midnight. So that would be 10 o'clock your time, and I'll be available by 7, 8 a.m. So anytime you need me, even if it's after those hours, just call me. I sleep with my cell phone and use my cell phone. That's the 618-670-7810. I sleep with my cell phone next to the bed, and the ringer's on real loud. So I'm a heavy sleeper, but I'll hear it.
There you go. That's service.
And then I'm also going to be generating 6 e-flyers for each of you to go out in 6 weeks. So 1 each week for 6 weeks. And I will work with you on those to see, if you like them, and what pictures you want to use and so on and so forth. So try and get more pictures together so I can use those on the e-flyers, you guys. And they don't have to be, make them just super awesome pictures. Don't care what they are, just super awesome pictures. Kind of real estate, get some pictures of houses. I know Elijah sent me some aerials with his drone. Do some of those for those of you who have them. Alyssa, this is, your husband's been bugging you about it, getting a drone, so. And like I said, 5 shoots will pay that drone off if you get it off of eBay. I know they've got the Phantom 2 for like $8.99 right now on eBay. So,
Okay.
Actually, you can buy a brand new Phantom 3 for under $1,000, Mark.
Yeah, but you could probably get it cheaper on eBay. So
Right,
Elijah, Michael Roberts, and Alyssa all got the invites. Mike Sloat's not available today, but I sent him one too. So everybody's there.
Mm-hmm.
Go in, start playing around with it, get your pricing and your days and stuff available. Make sure if you've got something already booked, make sure you use that holiday thing and black out those days. And then if you have any
I've
questions,
got another question. I've got
Go ahead.
another question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Based on your past experience going into a new market like I am in Jacksonville, how long realistically before you start seeing shoots actually start to crop up? How does the momentum kind of build?
That's a really good question. It just depends on the photographer. If you have marketing skills and you're able to get in front of real estate agents, working with John, you can work with him to get in front of agencies. If you have that capability, you can build a real estate business very quickly. If you don't have that sales ability, then you're relying upon our e-flyer program, and it basically will take the 6 weeks before that starts to create business for you. The first 3 e-flyers we send out probably might generate maybe 1 or 2 for you. Once you get into the 4, 5, 6 e-flyers, that's when it really begins to happen. And in addition to that, we'll also be sending out Realtor product e-flyers to the Florida area, so that will help you as well. And in
Yeah.
addition, John is contacting real estate agencies. And if you want to do some promotions with John in the Jacksonville area, that's another big thing that you can do. Things like getting in front of agencies and maybe going there with John. And
Yeah,
go ahead.
my experience has been, and I've been doing this a really long time. I mean, I think this is a fantastic new product. I mean, I think it's going to make life so much easier for everybody. My experience has been that 90% of the agents that I deal with right now usually have me upload my photographs to Tour Factory.
Yes.
And I don't know how dedicated they are to that. I don't know how hard it's going to be to pull them away from something they've been dealing with for a long time. But it's just that's been my experience. Is just about everybody says, Rob, will you please upload these to Tour Factory for me?
Hey,
I
I can address that.
Of course, we have an expert with Tour Factory, and Mark has been dealing with that issue in the San Francisco area for years. So maybe, Mark, you want to chime in on that?
Yeah. So Tour Factory likes to say that they are the #1 provider, and they may be for right now. So here's my suggestion. We have a very competitive product with Tour Factory, but we also have a lot more marketing products available to the agent that are much easier for them to use. And Tour Factory clients are used to basically, the photographer doing everything for them. As you know, they're asking you to upload photos to Tour Factory for them. So basically, you're signing into their account and uploading photos. So the big thing that you can do, and this is my suggestion, is as a new photographer for Realtour, what you want to do is go to your clients with that e-flyer, print out a bunch of those e-flyers, go to your client with that e-flyer, make sure you have business cards that are Realtour associated, and just all these agents have mailboxes.
I've been stuffing Realtor mailboxes for as long as I can remember.
Okay.
I'm an old hand at that.
Then
one of the things, Mark, is that if they're dealing directly with Tour Factory, they're paying Tour Factory, I believe it's $40 or $50.
Yes, $50. Then
what you're going to do is give it to them for free.
Right. Then what you want to do is you're going to go out to their open houses. So basically, you go out to their open houses, you have a CD, you only need one CD because the agent's going to have probably their laptop with them. If they don't, you have a virtual tour online. You can show them on their tablet or their phone the virtual tour that you made, okay? And go out and visit with them at their open house because they're not going to be that busy. It's a Saturday, Sunday. Usually there's not tons of people there. So you can spend 5-10 minutes with them. You can show them the flyer that you produced. You can show them the virtual tour that you produced. And you're in their face, and they know you because you've been working with them. And you can say, look, I've got a really great new product. If you order photography from me like you have been, you're going to get this virtual tour for free instead of paying Tour Factory $50. And you're going to get the same benefits that you get with Tour Factory, plus you're going to get all these additional benefits from me using Realtour. Right. So it's a matter of, first of all, the virtual tour is free when you order photography. As soon as you say that, when they hear free, it's like, when they have the broker open, most agents will go to a broker tour if there's food, free food.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Anytime you say free to an agent, they're there. You just give them something for free, they're there.
if there's booze, there's a line a block long.
Absolutely. So, and you know something? The other thing I did is I scheduled my virtual tours shoots when they were having broker tours. And this is basically for the first 2 years how I doubled my business every single year. Was I scheduled most of my virtual tours during broker tours. So you know what those are, right?
Yep.
So I had a bunch of business cards in my pocket. I'm standing there with my camera and tripod, and the agents would walk through and they go, "Oh, who you're with?" I'd hand them a business card. I didn't have to talk to them. The agent would go back to the agent holding the broker tour, and they say, "Who's, is this photographer any good?" And they'd show them, "Oh my God, look at these pictures. This guy is awesome. I use them all the time." And then they come back and ask you, when can I get on your schedule? I got this listing come up.
And Mark was handing out free booze, so
Yeah.
that helps.
Well,
All right.
also too, I did, for the first 2 years, I offered the first virtual tour for free. I'll shoot your first virtual tour for free. So that's another thing you can do. I don't know if that's something you want to do, but you know something,
I've been doing it too long. I don't give anything away for free anymore.
Well, if you're trying to create business with Realtour, that may be something that you
Yeah.
if the agent is going, no, I always use Tour Factory, and it's like, look, you may want to give away the first one for free. Look, I'll give you this. I'll shoot this one for free just to show you how good it is.
Yeah.
If you're having trouble.
One other thing you can also do is with rewards, you set up your own rewards network, and when you go to your Tour Factory real estate agent, you can tell him that you're going to set him up in the network, and then the real estate agent can also build their rewards network. So if there's a bunch of other agents in the office, that agent can go sign up those other agents and build a rewards network within their office, and they get the money. And
Absolutely.
you as a photographer, you sit on top of that whole network, and any money that's generated by the agents under you goes through you.
Gotcha. All right, guys, I got to run. I will be looking for that the e-invite, and I'm looking forward to signing up and getting this thing rolling. And John, I guess I'll be in touch with you starting getting logos and stuff for marketing materials, and we'll rock and roll.
Okay, great, Rob. I'll send the rest of you guys an invitation, and I'll get in touch with you and fill in the rest of the, hey, what's the next step here stuff.
Okay, sounds great.
And Rob, if you have any challenges with Tour Factory,
yeah,
I'm always available.
Okay.
What's your email address? I'll send you an email so you have mine.
I'm going to give it to you. It's robparham@me.com, ROBPARHAM @me.com.
I have a question.
All right then, Janet, if you want to just wrap this up, I think everyone's busy. They've got things to do.
Okay, I got to roll, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
I got
All right,
a question about email.
We've got one more question. Go ahead.
Okay.
Do you have a Realtour email for all the photographers, or we just use our own?
You use your own.
Okay.
I have a question because you were talking about business cards. Is there a place we can access a decent-sized JPEG of the Realtour logo for creating our own business cards to distribute?
Yeah, you can.
Actually, that's a really good question, and I'm sure Janet's got a really good answer for you.
Well, you can email me, and I can send you guys the Realtour logo.
That's not the
Okay. Thank you, Jana.
Actually, we are building a email signature application. And one of the things that Jana's going to do is build Photog email signatures that you can get. And that application is very close to being finished now. I have no idea, Jana, when it will be ready, but probably within a week.
Mm-hmm.
And once that app is ready, then you can actually go in and get real estate photography business cards from there.
Well, that's for an email signature. I think what Kathleen's asking is, can I send her our logo so she can make print business cards? Which I can do that.
But that email signature should also be PDF. capable. So you could
But
actually
it won't.
go.
It's not the size of a business card, though. A business card is a
Yeah,
specific. It's specific, like
yeah,
3.5 by 2 or something.
yeah.
I
I can do a screen grab, but I don't. It just
No, it
doesn't
won't.
look as nice.
It won't. Yeah, it
Yeah.
won't print. It won't print
I
clear.
actually did it right. My apologies.
Yeah, that's okay. We will have email signatures that you guys can use if you want to. We'll have photography themed ones.
Thank
I
you.
have a question.
Go ahead.
We were talking about pricing. I come from my normal stuff is I charge on a day rate or a half day rate, and so I'm not exactly sure how to charge this to be competitive. Can you give me some ideas?
What area are you from?
Orlando.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to have the same issue because there's like 100,000 photographers per square inch here, and depending upon where you are in Florida, some of us are going to give it away, and other people, if you're in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, where they can charge metropolitan prices, it's a kind of a weird situation in Florida for us. Yeah.
Janet, can you go to David Stewart's account so we can show them what he's charging?
Well, we should go to our Florida one, shouldn't we?
No, actually, because we really don't have any good examples to show you. Let's just go to David Stewart. And this will give you an idea of what they're charging in Texas. And as I said, David Stewart does a volume business, and he makes about $20,000 a month. That's an awful lot for a photographer.
I was making about that in the Bay Area. I was over $200,000 a year when I
I mean,
left.
that's awesome if you guys can do that. But you can see here, this is what David is charging. He's got his basic packages at $95. That's for 20 photos. And then his aerial photography will add about $100 onto that. So if you go down to the standard package stills with aerial, it's $175. And then he charges more for HDR. I'm sorry, for his deluxe packages, panels, blah blah blah. So that is very competitive in Austin, Texas. What it's like in Orlando or Tampa, I have no idea. And I mean, that's a really, really important question. And you're going to have to find out what the real estate agents are paying locally. I mean, that's the bottom line is what are the real estate agents used to paying? And once you find that out, then you can build your own real estate packages.
This is
The question
Tampa.
is, how do you find that out?
Well, these were the 3 guys. We've got 3 guys in Tampa.
Yeah,
This is what they're charging.
I think Tampa is very high priced, Janet.
For the Bay Area guys, I'll send you some screenshots of what the Bay Area photographers are used to paying.
Yeah,
Right.
that's great for Bay Area, and Marcus got lots of experience there. John, have you got any suggestions on how they can deal with the pricing issue in Orlando, Jacksonville, Orlando, Miami?
Well, those are all totally different markets. The Miami market is one market that, is a big city market that'll take higher prices more readily that you can offer. So you can offer high and medium. I think that if you Googled local photographers and just saw what they were charging, the competitors out there, and kind of aim for a middle range, that's a good place to start.
Yeah, you don't want to be the lowest on the totem pole for sure.
No, you don't want to be at the low end, and you don't want to get into the habit of attracting these people who say, I can get this photography done for $50 or $75. You want the people who recognize it and have the money. I also suggest, like one of the guys, we have, horse farm area, you create a super premium package on your page. Like if you're in Orlando and, a winter park home, that's on one of the lakes that's there, Instead of just doing a $150, $200 package, have the waterfront deluxe package and give the people something to compare to. Because a lot of the people who deal with higher end properties want to pay more, and the people dealing with the middle range, they sit there and they go, oh, wow, I'm getting this for only $200. Look, he charges $500 to $1,000 for, the high end. I've seen that work very well in the past in lots of areas. Premium pricing and comparing to it.
Successful real estate agents are used to paying for photography, and if you're trying to get their business, then you're going to have to compete with what they're currently paying. So how you find that information out, it's like John says, you can do a Google search, but ideally what you want to do is talk to real estate agents, find out what they're paying. It's a tough one. I mean, it's a tough
Yeah,
thing to
because
try to find out.
the area that I'm in, I'm literally 10 miles away from houses that go for $2 million and then houses that go for $30,000. And the lady that I just shot for with a $1.4 million house, she just paid some photographer $900 to do interior shots for her because she's selling the property. I mean, I'm flabbergasted, but yeah.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, $900 to do interior shots. I mean, she's dealing with, someone gave her a really good sales pitch. Because, I mean, our best photographers, I mean, in Austin, we've got a range. We've got photographers that shoot at a moderate price, and then I've got one photographer there that refuses to shoot for anything less than what he wants to make. The high-end photographer does really, really good photography, and he's built a client base that people will order from him and pay the higher price because his work is so good. But it's taken him a long time to build that, and that's kind of a word-of-mouth build. But nobody charges $900 to do a photo shoot, and it sounds to me like some real estate agent went to some commercial firm that has a major infrastructure, blah, 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 and got hooked into paying that $900, but that's not the number you want.
No, I would not. I mean, I would never charge that
So
kind of
what are you
price
charging
anyway.
your real estate clients now?
I'm looking at prices now, and Elijah, you're going to be floored. You are going to be floored. And this is what people are used to paying in the Bay Area. So believe me.
I mean, but she's not in the Bay Area. She's in Orlando. Was it Orlando?
Yeah, no. I'm on the West Coast. I'm Clearwater, St. Pete, Largo. I mean, I'm gonna be running Sarasota and that area in there. So.
Oh, I see.
Right. But these are prices, I'm telling you, that are for the entire Bay Area, which includes the Santa Cruz area, Monterey.
So what are the prices, Mark?
Well, okay, I'm looking at cinematic video package for $1,200.
That's video, Mark. I mean.
Okay, wait a minute. Cinematic aerial video package, $1,500.
That's video, Mark.
Okay.
Still imaging.
Oh, okay. Let me go back to my
I mean, video is a whole different ballgame.
Right. Yes. Okay.
And you've got videographers that will shoot for under $100, but
right.
And then you've got professionals that will charge $1,500.
So for a basic HDR photography, up to 15 photos, $175. Up to 25 photos, $225. Up to 35 photos, $275.
What is Chris Ricketts charging?
This is his pricing.
Ah, so you're on his website.
Yes, up to 45 photos, $325. And then
Chris Ricketts has a good real estate clientele in the Bay Area. So,
actually, he has my clientele.
So he's got a great clientele.
But not for long.
That's a great place to get pricing for the Bay Area right there.
estate HDR photography over $45, call for photography. So he's going to charge up to $600. So, and this is the standard. Okay. I handed him my business. Okay. We are taking my business back.
Actually, can I interrupt you for a second? I think a lot of people here have things to do, and there's probably some people that want to stay and listen to this information. So those of you that have busy schedules and want to sign off, great. It was nice of you to join us this morning. Those that want to stay on and chat with Mark, etc., are more than welcome to do that.
If you guys want to sign off, you're fine. I'm just going to send you this information. If you want to get with me later, I've sent you all the invites, so you can start setting up your pages and stuff like that. So if you have any issues, call me. But I've got things to do too, so I've got to sign off.
Okay, I'm going to sign off as well, but I'll continue watching the YouTube video later and get the invite and figure all that out.
Oh, you got the invite. I sent it to you.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna send you all guys screenshots of pricing too, so you can kind of gauge what you want to price. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Have a great day, everyone.
You too.
Okay.
Bye, Michael.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Elijah.
Houston, I'm signing off too.
Okay.
Jan, can you and John stay on the call?
Mm-hmm.